Hey guys, DanHeilman here. We are back with another Awaken Chaos Era video. Today I am doing a champion spotlight on Evera. I want to talk about her, I want to talk about her kit, I want to talk about her damage, and where she's useful. The main reason why I'm doing this is because I just got another copy of her yesterday. So now I have her ascended twice. She is a battle pass unit, so you can get her for $9.99 right now, which is a great deal, especially including all the other stuff you get with it. Okay, let's begin. Let's talk about her kit. I'll talk about her kit first, and then I'll kind of explain how it works because it's a bit confusing. Okay, let's begin. So, the trait. +1 rage every time you hit someone, max 4 rage, at max rage, and after using artillery support to get a bonus attack, 50% chance to expend all rage and apply defense down. So basically, after you attack twice, this is at 4. I don't know why it goes to 4 from attacking twice. It says max range 4, +1 per valid hit. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense, but you get to max rage in 2 turns, and then you get your bonus turn after your second attack. I'll show you that in Gemini in a minute, just because it's kind of confusing. But anyways, all right. So let's just go to the A1 now. I'm sorry, A1. Deals 80% damage to an enemy with a 30% chance of applying bleeding for 2 turns. Bleeding is based off the caster's attack. If affected by attack up, then launches a bonus attack with gunfire. You get quite a lot of bonus attacks. You can see this is the same exact thing. Deals 100% damage to an enemy and removes a positive effect. If affected by attack up, then launches another bonus attack with gunfire. You get lots of bonus attacks. Whenever you have attack up, you get bonus attacks. So it's pretty cool. And then the ultimate deals 150 to 200% damage to all enemies and grants attack up to this character for 3 turns. I don't know what the percentage chance is here, but I recorded 5 runs and she got the 200% damage 4 out of the 5 runs. I don't know if that's RNG, but yeah. Okay, let's talk about her kit. We did talk about her kit. Let's go show her in action. I want to show you what she can do. I want to show you how her attacks work. It's a little bit confusing, so I'm just doing Gemini just because there's no trash and I can hit the boss repeatedly, etc. So, all right, we're gonna use EFD just to get some extra turns so I can show you her kit. All right, so we'll use her ultimate. That'll give an extra turn for Evera, and then I'll show you what you can do. Okay. We'll just put the block death on her just for fun, and I'm just going to attack the side ad. All right, so here's the ult we just talked about, 150 to 200% and attack up. So if we use this,
death is in bloom.
You'll see she's going to hit a bunch of times, and you see she has rage. 3 out of 4 rage. Do you see what I was talking about? It says per successful hit, and when you hit, it hits a bunch of times. So you're already at 3 out of 4 range. So I don't know if that tooltip's a little bit off, or maybe it just counts all 3 hits. I guess that was 3 hits, right? Okay, I guess it makes sense, but it's literally every hit. When I think of like every hit, I think of like every attack, but it's actually every time it hits, and it hits multiple times. So look at, she's already at 3. Very interesting, because now she's gonna, so now if I use this, what's gonna happen is she's gonna deal 100% damage, and if she has attack up, she's gonna launch a bonus attack. That bonus attack, the first attack is gonna fill her rage mirror, so she'll get another extra attack. It's quite insane. So I'll show you this. You can see now she's max range, so there's the bonus attack, but now she's max range, and then she has another AoE. And you can see that AoE that hit everything as well. It's quite a lot of attacks. So she's already had 2 attacks plus a bonus attack. And then on her 3rd turn, she is only going to have 1 attack. But still, so she gets 4 attacks, basically. Or 5 attacks. And she's already building range again. Just interesting. I just finally built her for the first time because I got the 3rd copy of her. So I was like dying to build her. So it's just so interesting to see how it actually works. Now, okay, so that was her damage dealers. I had her in my normal testing set because I was just curious. I wanted to compare her single target damage to other units. And I was very surprised because she does 10.38 8,000 damage in the burst test here. And that compares with units like Abaddon, Cyrus. I guess that was before they buffed Cyrus, so I haven't done it again. But Asrina, Antinua is very high, but she crushes people like Ciara. Ciara does like no damage single target, which is very interesting. You know, 8,000. She does 10.38 thousand, and she has an AoE ultimate, which is pretty insane. So her damage is pretty cool. There's all those extra attacks are pretty crazy. Okay, let's talk about how to build her. There's like 3 ways you can build her. So this is obviously just my test set. I'm gonna take that off. I'll show you the set that I would build her in. I would put her in a cursed set, but you can either put her in a cursed set or an Avarice set. They're both going to be really good. I have a decent Avarice set. If you're using her in PvP, I'd probably use an Avarice set because you're going to use the ult and you're going to hope to clear a lot of the enemies in that first ult, and you're going to get a lot more burst damage with an Avarice set. But if you're using her on a boss, say you're trying to use her in Guild Boss, you're probably better off with a cursed set. So I'm going to build mine fairly fast. So I will show you how I built mine. So I'm going to throw some speed boots on. I have this nice little crit damage ring. I'm going to throw that guy on. I'm going to build her in cursed with 1 speed set. That's how I'm going to build her. And I'll show you the stats. I just threw together this set earlier today. And there we are. Okay, so that's how I would build her. This is the set I will use her in. Speed boots, just because she has an abysmally slow base speed. Like, I don't know why legendaries in this game are just always have like 80 speed. I don't know why they do that. It's odd because epics and elites, they always have more speed than legendaries. It blows my mind, but that's kind of just the way it is. So I did put her in speed boots just because, you know, when I build someone, they have to be above 170 speed, because that means I can use them in tower and I can use them in other content. You know, I don't want to roll around with like 100 speed. So speed boots it is. I kind of showed you the gear. It's pretty good gear. So I have attack, crit damage, crit rate. You want to build her with stats that increase her damage. Obviously, she's a damage dealer. So crit damage, speed, crit damage, crit rate, attack, crit damage, crit rate, and attack percent with crit damage, crit rate, and speed. Okay, so that's the gear I would build her in. Her glyphs are maxed, her abilities are maxed as well. Again, you can build her in an Avarice set as well, and that'd be good for PvP because she'll do a lot more burst damage. That first ultimate's going to deal a lot more damage than with Cursed, but if you're on a boss, the Cursed means that you're going to keep on getting those extra hits, and you're going to keep on getting rage for all those. And that means that she's going to get those extra damage procs more consistent. So I think Curse is better for bosses. Avarice good for PvP. If you don't have either of those sets, I mean, you could just build her with like an attack set or a rage set if you need the crit rate. You know, there's many ways to build her, but you definitely want to focus on obviously getting 100% crit rate and as much crit damage and attack as possible. So this is pretty good. 306 crit damage is pretty solid. Okay, that was that. Now let's talk about where I would use her. So first of all, No Man's Land, you're going to want to use her in Wrathful Flood. You could use her in Bane Wrath. She gets some extra attacks and stuff, so she wouldn't be terrible in Bane Wrath. You're not going to use her in Flame Lizard. Not sure about those two. Don't care too much about those because LD units are so rare anyways. Let's talk about dungeons. Where could I use her in dungeons? I mean, you could kind of use her in Queen of Tides, but that's just such a weird place for her because, you know, most people use poisons for Queen of Tides, so she's not really a good dungeon unit. You're not going to be using her in a lot of dungeons, but you will be using her in adventure. So right now, most of my AoE damage dealers are blue units. So now I have green units. So if I was, you know, picking a team in here, I could run something like this. And that would give me a couple green and a couple blue. I could also put Cyrus in here instead of, probably instead of Zatlox or instead of one of the other ones. So you can definitely use her in adventure. Mythic Adventure should be pretty good there. You can also use her in arena. I'll show you a couple of arena battles because we have it going right now. Let's try this little tank team here. And let's just see how hard she hits in arena. Obviously, arena, people have such high agility that you get a lot of the, what are they called? Deflex? Yeah, deflex. I was trying to call them glancing blows for some reason. Okay, so what am I going to do here? Who's first? I'm probably just going to stun the Asia because she's usually built super tanky, and I just throw it on auto. I'm in gold, so these are pretty easy for me, but I just want to show you kind of her kit, as long as my Hydrisia doesn't clear them out.
Death is in blue.
Okay. You can see just the multiple hits that you're getting with that AoE ultimate. It's pretty cool. Let's see if I can find a little bit of a tankier team here, so I can actually see her damage. But yeah, she's been fun. There's a lot of hype around Evera. I hear it all the time that she is the best rookie summon. Here's a more tanky one. Okay, we got to get more arena pass, of course. Let me grab a couple of these. A lot of people talk about her. For the rookie summons, they say that she's the best. She's good. She's a good damage dealer. She is one of the only AoE green damage dealers. You have Edicris as well, but you know, for blue, you have Ciara, Nathalia, Hydrisia, Molhax, all who deal AoE damage. And for green, you don't have as many because you have Antinua in that slot, who I think is a much better single target damage dealer than Evera. But Evera is kind of pretty well rounded because she has AoE and she can deal decent boss damage.
Death is in blue.
You can see here we're gonna get some more damage. Look at that, that's pretty solid. Another attack. You see that bonus attack, which is pretty cool. So she hit pretty hard. She cleared out a lot. We'll see the end damage screen. Look at how tanky this My the Asia is. Just cancer. Alright, let's see what kind of damage she did compared to Hydrisia. Hydrisia still did more damage, interesting. I think I might have killed someone with Hydrisia, so maybe there wasn't enough enemies for Evera to hit. But I think she should have done a little bit more damage. So I'm not totally impressed with Evera. I know a lot of people say she's like best damage dealer in the game, and I just don't know about that. I don't know. She's cool. She hits hard. I'll probably use her in my mythic team because my mythic team was like 3 blue damage dealers before. So I'd like to put her in there instead of one of them, so I don't have, you know, the weak hits and stuff all the time. And again, I'm in PvP, so I should be building a little bit of precision. I guess my Hydrisia does have a little bit of precision, so maybe that's why she was able to deal, you know, a little bit more damage, but I don't know. And she has really weird damage numbers. I'll go over the spreadsheet in a minute when I was recording the numbers because I just noticed some inconsistencies for sure. All right, here we go. We should see Evera right now. Let's see how hard she hits. A lot of deflex because these guys are red boys here, so we're not going to get as much. Lots of extra attacks though. Lots of small hits. She does lots of small hits. I don't know. She's pretty cool. I've been playing around with her for a while today. I've been trying to figure out how her kits work just because it's so weird. Here, let me pull up my spreadsheet again and kind of just show you. When I look at like her ultimate, the first time it did 15-15. And then the second time it did this. It's just weird. It's like these random little small hits that come in out of nowhere. And I don't know. It says 150 to 200% damage, but that math just seems odd to me. How can one time I hit for 15-15 and then the next time I hit for 3 grand? That's double the damage. So 150 to 200%. I don't know if there's something weird going on with that, but the math really does not work out to 150 to 200%. I don't know how that 15-15, I don't even know how that's possible. It was so odd. So odd. Let me just show you that very first run I did to this character for 3 turns. That's pretty big. All right, so let's use it and let's see how hard it hits. Did you see that? It only hit once for 15-15. That made no sense to me. That's it. You know what? Now that I think about this a little bit more, I wonder if Evera is not working as intended. It's just, how is it possible that she can do 3,000 damage with one ult but 1500 with another. Her ult used to be 100 to 200% damage. That was the range, and then they changed it to 150 to 200. I wonder if they changed the tooltip, but it never actually changed how she functions, because it's not possible for her to do 1500 damage and then do 3000 damage or even 3500 damage. That's not possible. So maybe that buff never went through. I don't know. Something's weird. I don't know if that's possible. Anyways, I don't know. Totally weird. Other than that, her A2 hits pretty hard. So, I mean, it's no Antinua, that's for sure. But it hits pretty hard compared to some of the other ones in here. Pretty average. You can see it's, again, you get 3 small hits and then like a medium hit. And then the A1 is 3 small hits, which is also decent, you know, I guess average damage. And the AoE proc that you get from getting full rage, deals like 2600. So that's actually a pretty decent chunk there. So when you add it all up, you get 10,300. It's just interesting. Her kit's interesting. I just don't know where you'd use her that much. Let me just do a couple more arena battles, and kind of just show some more gameplay for her. She's pretty cool. Well, I guess I'll just show one more. All right, we'll throw it on auto and we'll just let her rip here. And she obviously doesn't get the benefit from increased attack like some of the other units do, because she already has her own increased attack. You can see she just put her own on for, you know, 3 more turns. A couple extra attacks, another bonus attack, another bonus attack. She's in the cursed set now, so she gets those extra bonus attacks a little bit more often here.
My axe brings justice. By my beard, I will crush your skull.
You don't stand a chance against me.
Gotta finish off that Mai the Asia for sure, so she doesn't resurrect the entire team. Alright, there we go. That was good. Alright, there's a bonus attack. And the bonus attack, did you see that? It filled up my range bar, so I got another extra attack. Look at all these. So, when you get those extra attacks and all that stuff, it's very nice with the Cursed set. It just has a lot more chance to proc those up. You see, she got like, what, 3-4 attacks there, which was really cool. This dude is so tanky. This Rickard is so tanky. My God.
Let my power
Yeah, I like her in a Cursed set. I think she's really good in a Cursed set. Avarice would be good as well for burst, but I think the Cursed set just gives you a lot more sustain. Just with all, you see all these extra attacks you get, bonus attack. She would have had even another bonus attack because she just filled her rage bar as well. So pretty cool. She's a fun unit. I'm gonna mess around with her a little bit more, but my first opinion seems she's a solid green damage dealer. There's not many green AoE damage dealers, so she really fills that niche out. She definitely would be great for a beginner who got her in like the rookie summons, for example. She definitely does some good damage. She has AoE damage. She can even handle some decent boss damage. So overall, she's a very well-rounded, good green unit. If you need to deal damage, she's great. Build her an Avarice or Cursed, and she's going to work out very well for you. Okay. Video's getting kind of long. That's it for the video. I just wanted to show some gameplay, show some of the testing I've done, show where I would use her, etc. Great unit. I definitely think she's awesome. I'm happy I have her built now. She's not going to be game breaking for any dungeons or anything like that, but she's definitely going to be fun in PvP and some other content like that. So, okay. That's it for the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, go down there, hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not already, and have a great day, everyone. I've been making more Ace content, and yeah, that's it. See you guys.